I'm saying good morning to you. I hate when people say good morning to me. It's like, why would you think this is a good morning? It really, it's crazy. It's like, you sure about that? You sure about that? Well, I went inside to make some breakfast, but not allowed to do that. People will never understand. I'm not a morning person at all, whatsoever. I have zero desire to be a morning person. I had to damn sleeping bag last night. That's how cold it was. Sure did. Sleeping bag out. It's freezing up here. Well, I hope that this protein holds me over. God knows I was trying to make me a meal, but I'm not allowed to do that. I went there to cook breakfast and motherfuckers in my face. I mean, I have not peed. I have not brushed my teeth. I have not had breakfast. I have not had a bottle of water. My cup is empty. I haven't had protein or anything. At some point you have to recognize that people are fucking with you intentionally. Intentionally. I mean, I just want to be left alone. I just want to be left alone. If that is not possible, then I'm going to die on the streets from starvation and freezing to death. Because this ain't fucking working out, homie. I don't get to eat. I don't get to sleep. I mean, I'm scared to even go in there to wash my ass. Every day. Every day. You want me to be quiet. You want me to shut up. You want me to stop telling people all of your business and the dirt you've done to others. But you set me off intentionally every morning. This is supposed to be my family. Can I just reiterate that this is supposed to be someone that wants the best for me? This is supposed to be someone who wants to see me happy. This is supposed to be someone who is striving, who is encouraging me to strive, to do better. At some point, you need to realize that people are trying to keep you in a fucking cage and control you. So last night, I get in the truck, right? And he's like, can you take those videos down? Take those videos down. Take those videos down. All he cares about is me not telling people what he's done to me. Still and yet, no accountability. You'll never get that with a sexual narcissist. You'll never get that. I can't even go in there, use the bathroom, and make me some breakfast without being sexually harassed first thing in the fucking morning. This is a sexual narcissist, and I keep saying that because I don't think people understand what my day-to-day life is like around this person. It is the worst type of fucking situation. The worst. It gets no worse. The only way that it could be worse is if I was doing drugs. It gets no worse. This is the worst type of fucking situation. Yeah, I know. And I saved them. I took them off the page, but I saved them. And it doesn't really matter. I mean, what is wrong with people? You just want me here to psychologically torture me every day? Yes. Yes. 100 fucking %. There is no other reason for me to be here other than to get psychologically tortured. Yes, that is the whole reason that this motherfucker won't leave me alone. He's mad. He's angry at the fact that he's a pedophile because I was a child. He's angry at the fact that he loves me and I will not reciprocate that love. So in that case, he must destroy my fucking life. That's the way narcissists work. When they do not get the reaction that they want out of you, they want to destroy you. I can't even go eat breakfast. What's the point of being here? The whole point of being here was to stay warm and eat. I can't even do that. every single day for 10 days. It's been this way. Let me tell y'all something about PTSD. The reason it's been this way is because I'm an actual victim. This is PTSD that you're seeing. The reason that I expose myself is to bring awareness. People walk around, I got PTSD. No, you don't. No, you don't. Unless you're acting like this when you have to see your abuser, shut up. People have no idea what PTSD is. This is it. This is it. That's what I'm living through. You are seeing the side effects of PTSD for the past week. This is the person that gave me CPTSD. That's on paper. There was 7 major incidents in a matter of 20 years that psychologically impacted me so deeply that my brain almost shut down. I had a psychotic break in 23. And now here I am 2 years later after freeing myself from this place. I'm left with no choice but to come back here and be stuck in this place. And every day, I literally woke up. I was like, wow, I got 6 hours of sleep. That's the most I've gotten in a while. When you have PTSD, you suffer from insomnia. When you are in the same situation that you've been trying for 20 years to escape from, you're not going to be able to sleep when you're around your abuser. It makes it very hard. Can't get sleep, can't get food. What's the fucking point? I'll tell you what the point is to psychologically torture me until my channel is ruined. He has had more control over my channel than I have for 10 days because he knows that he's upsetting me and he enjoys it. Riddle me this, Batman. Why am I still here? I'll tell you why I'm still here, because I have nowhere else to go. And I'm going to freeze outside. Literally. There's no way for me to stay warm out there. Having this sleeping bag is not an option. So, that's why. And I'm not doing it today. I'm not doing it today. I'm not doing this today. So I guess we'll just have to go without food. Because I went in there and I started making me breakfast. And that's too much. Can't do it. I literally cannot be around this person. I cannot be around this person. This is the person that is responsible for this situation. And every time I see them, I'm reminded of the betrayal, the disloyalty, the dishonesty, the fact that they stole my money. Every time I see his fucking face, I am reminded that he is the one that put me in this position. Can you please understand that I cannot be here? Can you please understand that I cannot be here? I'm going to end up in jail. And if you don't believe me, so he's telling me that I can be here. However, hold on. Hold on.
Do not put my life in
Mom will be home this evening. If she knows you're there, that's going to be the fucking end of it.
What do you mean? What's she gonna do? Lock me up?
Yeah, she'll have you locked up.
You said that I could stay there.
You can stay there on that. But she's going to come on, and she's going to go to pieces about it.
She's going to go to pieces. Fuck her fucking pieces. Don't get me started. Fuck her fucking pieces. So he's playing this game where he's lying to her about my presence here. And then he's lying to me. And this is what he's done for 20 years. And so he's saying that if she finds out I'm here, that she's going to have me locked up for trespassing. Let's just imagine that he's not here one day. And I'm going up to the house to cook my meal for my, for my channel. Let's say I'm in the yard filming one of my food videos. And that bitch goes rolling by. She calls the law. The law comes and arrests me for trespassing. Do you understand how easy it is to go to jail in this type of situation? I just want to point that out. that these motherfuckers got me wrapped up in some goddamn situation that I don't want to be a part of. But I have no choice because I'm going to starve and die on the streets. I'm not doing this today. I went in there in a good fucking mood, literally trying to dodge this motherfucker. I ain't peed, I ain't ate, I ain't brushed my teeth. My basic needs are not even fucking met. Matter of fact, even though there's a kitchen in there, last night I went to bed hungry just to avoid him. Sure did. I do that a lot, actually. Just to not even have to go in there. More often than not, the only reason I go in there is to film food videos for you guys for my channel in hopes of getting myself out of this fucking hole. But as it just so turns out, even if you get 25,000 views on a single short, you only make like a few bucks. How does $3 help this situation? So I go in there and start making 2 eggs, start plating it up because I was going to come out here and share it with you guys. It's too much. It's too much. Too much. So I guess we're having protein. I don't understand what it's like he's wanting me to like be like, oh, thank you so much for a place to stay. Thank you so much. Let me start from the beginning. That trailer up there that he's living in, I gave him cash for. We had an agreement that when he would die, I would move into that trailer. Then I gave him cash for land right down the road. Then I bought a tiny house and put that tiny house, financed it, and put it on that land set down the road. Through all of this motherfucker has took my money, scammed me, kicked me out of my own goddamn property, and he is the reason I'm in this situation now. And one of the main reasons I lost my truck. If you've been here from the beginning, then you saw what it was like when I moved into my truck and I was trying to get his name off of my fucking vehicle that also had my name on it. They literally set things up legally to re-victimize the victim over and over and over. It's like, damn, I can't even get this son of a bitch out of my life. Family. 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 Maybe that's why I ain't got none. Because, you know, the people that I'm around, when they tell me that they're not a morning person and they need to get their basic needs met before they have somebody in their fucking face trying to fuck them, you know, that's what it is. That's another thing. He's been trying to like lean into this like Christian character or whatever. I guess it's his old age, his conscience catching up, you know. And so he's like trying to lean into this character or whatever. And like, y'all don't understand these perverts like I do. So I just cut the oven off and walked out. So protein. This is what's for breakfast. Yeah, it looks great, doesn't it? The new paint, it's wonderful, right? I was in such a good mood every day. And he's in his room right now watching me. This is how he gets off. That's what narcissists do. Let's not forget what we learned yesterday. Positive or negative, they're happy with it. He wants me to sit out here and cry every day about being stuck here. And he knows that I'll never make enough money to get out of here. My check, you know, I don't get donations. So the only time I've ever gotten a check is when I got donations. I'm not asking for you guys' money. Everybody's struggling. So my checks are going back down to $400 come Christmas. $400 is not enough to buy groceries. So the situation just goes from bad to worse, from bad to worse. No matter how much I work, no matter how much I share, no matter how much I grow, it just goes from bad to worse. It's gone from, I've lost everything for telling the truth. I've literally lost everything for telling the fucking truth. I sit here on this goddamn land knowing that I paid this man for that fucking trailer and for that fucking land and he fucked me. And even though he said on the record in court here in Stokes County, he said, yes, she paid me the money for that. It's on the fucking record. He admitted in open court that I gave him all of this money. This is a horrible situation. Imagine someone stealing your life savings, ripping you off on a home and land, and then you're forced to see that motherfucker every day. Not to mention, he used your body, trapped you into a debt bondage situation, and trafficked you for the first 20 years. It's absolutely too much. It's too much, you know? And I already started to heal from these things. The past 2.5 years that I was running from this place, out living my life, I did more healing than I've ever done in my life. I can't go back. Once you've been deprogrammed, you can never be reprogrammed. The brainwashing, the fucking Stockholm syndrome, once you break that, you cannot go back into this situation. It'll never happen. And that's why I've been a mess for 10 fucking days. Because I'm being psychologically tortured by someone who implemented fucking so much torture on me, it caused me to have PTSD. Let me just be very clear that you cannot get PTSD from just being slapped around. That comes from a malevolence, evil intent. It was intentional. These were not happy accidents, the things he did to me. Stealing my goddamn money, molesting my fucking body, feeding me full of fucking drugs. Like, I'm just done. Like, I don't know what the fuck to do, y'all. I can't do this every day. I can't even eat here. And, he's such an ignorant piece of shit because, narcissist. This is what he wants. There is no talking to this person. There is no conditioning or I don't know what to do. I just know that I can't do this every day. I'm not waking up feeling like this because this is not who I am. This is who people try to turn me into because they're jealous. They're trying to kill me. I was in a great mood. Put spinach in a pan. Had a damn paper plate. I was going to come out here and share it with you guys. This is what he gets off on. He's sitting in his room right now watching me. How do you not... This is absolutely a hostage situation. It has been for years. I'm left with no choice but to fucking physically be here. And I can't even eat here. And I guess I can't shower either because I'm not going back in there. I mean, I don't think people I've been crying for 10 days. I've been screaming for 10 days. This is not a good situation. Not a good situation. Oh, thank you so much, Austin. I hope you're doing well. It really is. It's not a good situation. I had to spend all of my money on an attorney yesterday. So, let me tell you something. I had enough money to buy a shitty used automobile for maybe $4,000, right? Not anymore. That kid that was stalking me, that had me arrested for cyber crimes, I had to hire an attorney. Two! Because they were going to violate my fucking probation. I'm not on probation. That's the kicker. That's the fucking kicker. So I had to spend money to fix a situation that the sheriff's department and the clerk of court fucked up. And then I also had to spend thousands of dollars on a different attorney to fix the situation with the kid that was stalking me. And let me just tell you, that is a fucking suable offense. And he will be the first person I fucking sue. The first. His name's been, Dylan, your name's been pushed to the top of the list. You know why? Because you got a mom and daddy that you live with. So I know that they can help you pay off this debt that you're going to acquire for stalking me and then having the victim of a stalking case charged with stalking. Yes, it's going to cost me $300 to sue him. I'm going to sue him for $5. I think my limit's $5. It might be $10. Whatever I can do myself. First thing I'm doing. Matter of fact, it's in the same courthouse. When I go to court on Wednesday, I'll make sure to stop in there and go ahead and file that paperwork for $300. Do you understand the legalities? Let me explain. I had a kid in town stalking me, have him on camera 10, 15, 20 times. I would be working, cycling, because, you know, that's all I want to do is just take care of myself. And this kid would show up, interjecting himself into my live stream, honking his horn. This is what kids do. I guess that they like are obsessed with people that have channels. You know, they think it's cute or whatever, and they want to stalk like creators or whatever. It's a major problem, right? So I called the sheriff's department like 3 times in one day. I actually have them on camera pulling him over. God, this is why I started recording everything. Do you know that a judge is going to eat this up? I already got someone taking those clips of your Subaru, Dylan. They sure are. They're taking those clips and they're compiling them into a file for me. Actually, a disc, something that I can pass off to other people so they can watch you stalking me. So anyways, Dylan stalked me. Okay? For 3 days, I had to call the sheriff's department multiple times. The first day, on the 17th, I do believe they were contacted 3 or 4 times. Then, on the 18th, they were contacted 2 or 3 more times. And then I was like, well, I'm just going to change my schedule up. And I decided to go out for a night ride the day after that. At 1:30 in the morning, Dylan was caught downtown at the Mayflower stalking me. Yeah, by the Mayadan Sheriff's, or is that Madison? Madison, Mayadan, I get them mixed up. Doesn't really matter. They actually ran up on him as he was waiting for me to pass by him on my bicycle. Got that on camera too. Yeah, so I don't have a car because, you know, the internet called my job and got me fired and then my truck got repossessed. There's proof of that. I don't have a car, so how am I supposed to go to the magistrate and take out stalking charges on a child? He's 18, okay? That's still a child. So he goes down to the magistrate, pulls something off my channel that I've said out of context. Can't do that, Dylan, tuss. He pulls something that I said off of my channel, and then he shows it to a magistrate. And he says that I sent him it through an email or a phone device. Well, it's unfortunate to be that dumb. But, you know, credit, he is young. So, you know, maybe, you know, I never would have done that to somebody at that age. Let me just be very clear. Dylan's a piece of shit, and Dylan will always be a piece of shit because Dylan does not know the difference between right and wrong. I could never stalk someone, but also I could never call and lie and accuse someone of a crime that they did not commit. So anyways, yeah, I have all of this on camera. He was caught multiple times, and here's the thing. He should have been arrested that first day. If the cops would have done their job and they would have arrested him 3 times in one day, they pulled him over, they said, and I have the paperwork, hold on. I'll read you the police report because, honey, I got to go get more of them today. Oh, shit, it's inside. Never mind. On the police report, it says that the cops made contact with him and then they told him to leave me alone. Well, 2 hours later, they pulled him over for stalking me. He was literally, so I was sitting in a parking lot. He goes driving by and the cop comes out of the parking lot and pulls him over. The guy was going to buy, the cop literally caught him stalking me after they had just pulled him over and told him to leave me alone. So they could have arrested him for a crime that they witnessed. And this is why crime is down. I just want to be clear that this is why crime is down. Because they're not arresting criminals. It's okay. I'll get my money back and then some. I can sue him for my lawyer's fees. I can sue him for pain and suffering because it's affected my life directly. I mean, it's caused me to be on the fucking streets even worse. It's pushed me back into the hands of somebody that I escaped from. You know? Because that's the only reason I have to be here is because of the stalking that I face out there. I can't even go out there and ride my bicycle without 15 perverts rolling up trying to fucking kidnap me in this town. It's disgusting. Nobody has any self-control around here. It's disgusting. I don't know what I'm going to do today. Definitely need to figure out how to get food. You know, I buy groceries and I can't even go enjoy them. You know, I can't even go enjoy them. He's got to set me off first thing in the morning and he's like, oh, I just said good morning. Oh, okay. But I haven't eaten. I haven't peed. Get out of my face. You have no respect. You know I'm not a morning person. So why be in my face? Let me tell you why. To antagonize you, to set you off. They get joy out of it. They get joy out. They know that you're not going to say good morning because you're homeless, sleeping in a shed, and you don't want to be near them. They despise their supply. They despise their supply. The narcissist hates you. The narcissist is trying to destroy you. 100%. Good morning, Rose and Lily. Thank you for becoming a channel member. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, he is 18, Roy. And you know what's crazy is there's a video of me saying that I didn't want to go press charges on him because I didn't want to mark him. I know how hard it is to get a job with even a misdemeanor, especially this day and age. If you have a felony on your record, you are unhireable in 2025. You've been unhireable for 5 years. You know that by now. It probably took you 5 years to realize that. Me too. Me too, honey. Me too. With them having so many applicants, they can be extremely picky about who they're hiring. They got people that got 2 4-year degrees working at the Murphy's gas station over here. They got people that got fucking masters working in the McDonald's over here. You don't understand the world the way I do. You know what I mean? Like, people literally do not understand that this country is about to fucking collapse. There's no jobs. Everybody's getting laid off. Where are they going to go work? The Trump administration just admitted that there's more people on unemployment than jobs readily available. There's no jobs. They finally just admitted that after I told you that for 3 years and y'all said that I was lazy and I didn't take the initiative, that I didn't want to work. Remember that? Because I do. While I was running around from state to state, spending thousands of dollars in gas, looking for work, going door to door on Indeed. It was over 44,000 jobs that I applied to, by far. That's just the ones that I have on the record through Indeed, Glassdoor, Snag a Job, and other agencies that I worked with. It's crazy to live through something like that and know that that is a predictor of economic things to come, and you disclose that information and people want to call you crazy. Okay. Well, okay. Just write it out. How's that working out? Am I still crazy? Everybody getting laid off. Nobody can pay their mortgages. Everybody's cars getting repossessed. People are upside down on everything they own. They're financing their lives on credit cards. It's been almost, what, two years now since I started this channel. Yeah. I'm just curious as to, like, what hasn't happened that I predicted. I guess that's what we should hone in on. Well, what prediction did she make that didn't happen? I mean, look around. It doesn't take a rocket science to figure out what's about to happen. You know, we got people getting kicked out into homelessness. I was talking to somebody yesterday. They saw an increase in the city that I went to. I was asking about the homeless situation in the city that I visited yesterday. And they were like, absolutely. There's more homeless people than ever. It's skyrocketed. And it's only going to get worse. I mean, it's only going to get worse. It sucks, y'all. It really does. And I'm like, you know, I can't even do my job every day because of the situation I'm in now. I'm just being psychologically tormented over and over and over. You know, normal people respect boundaries. Normal people show respect. Narcissists feel like they don't have to because they give you a place to stay. So they feel entitled to psychologically, sexually, verbally abusing you. This is the same thing that I was talking about at the winery when I worked at the winery, and that lady would berate me and she would get drunk and use me as a punching bag. And I quit my job over that because absolutely not. I'm not going to let my mental health go to shit because you're not happy with yourself. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. What is the temperature going to be tonight? I got to get the fuck out of here. I've been saying that for like 5 days. And I feel like I'm being strangled. Now, motherfuckers, women probably understand why I block people that offer me places to stay. You want to come over here and tell a sex trafficking victim that she can come stay with you? Do you think that I'm fucking green behind the ears anymore, buddy? I block people. I do. Let me tell you why. Because that's a pervert. That's a threat to society. Any person that's trying to get some homeless girl to come live with them is absolutely trying to use her for sex. Grow up. There's no kind people in this fucking world. I'm a realist. When all you've experienced is this, it's supposed to be, I think, 49 degrees tonight. I was in such a great mood. I was going to go cycle. I had a whole route picked out that was a 6-hour route, and I was going to go ahead and try to do 70 miles. Went in there to cook breakfast, filled the pot up with spinach, and then this motherfucker's in my face. I cut the oven off, pulled the bread out, and walked away. As soon as I heard his door open, I started shaking. Like my heart started picking up. My stomach starts to have palpitations. I start to sweat. You know, I think that I've had that physical reaction for years, but I ignored it because trauma, you know. Being back here has only confirmed what I already felt 2 years ago when I left this situation and escaped this hellhole. But like I said, once you escape, you can't go back psychologically. Once you become free of narcissistic personality disorder, if you try to go back into the situation, you're going to have a physical, visceral reaction. You're not going to be able, you look at what's happened. Look at the past 10 days. That's what you're going to do. If you escape this type of situation and then go back to it. It's the worst thing you can do. And Stephanie actually told me that I'm better off on the streets, which is what I think too. My therapist, she has a degree. And she said, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you still there? Yeah, and I got to call her this morning too. So give her an update. You know, having to make contact with her every day now, that should be a red flag for me that this is not good. But, you know, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? I'm just in this constant circle, you know, of, so for instance, last year, I had 2 women that ran a Planet Fitness call the law and they lied and said that I spit on them and assaulted them and communicated threats. What actually happened, because I have the video and it's on my page if you care to go watch it, what actually happened with those women actually found out that I had a YouTube channel. And so they were intentionally trying to start a problem based off of the fact that I have a YouTube channel. It's crazy, I know. But unfortunately, I talk about politics and these bitches were some lefty losers. So, you know, of course they're going to hate the conservative women. Look at them. So they had it out for me, but I didn't know, right? So I go into the gym, I'm minding my business, and the manager walks up to me and she's like, you can't film yourself in here. You know, it's so crazy because I was just on YouTube this morning, and there's a new girl that has a channel, and all she does is film herself inside of Planet Fitness. And you know, she's not the only one. I've seen dozens of creators that make workout videos that are all filmed inside of Planet Fitness. And ironically, on their website, under the Planet Fitness policies, it does state that members of Planet Fitness can film themselves, but not film in the locker room, okay? So this bitch comes up to me and she's like, oh, you can't be filming yourself on the gym room floor. So the whole premises of this argument that is about to start is a blatant lie. I just need to point that out because I'm so sick of these inconsistencies in society and people using their position to fuck other people over because they're not happy with themselves. So the whole premises of these frivolous charges, the whole premises was a lie. She comes up to me. She's like, oh, you can't be filming yourself, blah, 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 blah. And I'm smiling. As you'll see in the video, I handled the situation really good until she threatened to whoop my ass. She says, go outside and I'll whoop your ass. She said that first. And I said, really, bitch? You won't smoke? Really, bitch? She don't want to smoke. She's a pussy. So we get outside, and of course, she don't want to swing. She don't want to do nothing. So I go and get my car and I leave. The next night, I'm arrested. She then called the law. She said that I spit on her. She said that I communicated threats to her. Also, both lies. And I was arrested. I had to spend over almost $3,000 to get out of jail that I did not have. That was a debt that I had acquired that I've been paying off for over 9 months now. Then I had to spend money to come back and forth from Florida because I wasn't living here. After that, I got the fuck out of here. These people are insane. And look what happened. I come back from Florida in June, lost my truck, and by July, I'm on the streets. And by August, I have new charges that I did not commit because of this kid going and making this false claim. So now, all the money that I had in savings from the past 2 months from people that did donate to me 2 months ago, that money just went to a lawyer. So the money I had for a car that I was saving went to a lawyer for more frivolous charges that I did not commit, because if I don't hire a lawyer, I'm going to go to prison. Let me be very clear. I'm looking at a prison sentence for 3 charges I did not do. Let me back up. In October of last year, in January, when I got sentenced, they made me plead out to dismiss these charges. They said that we'll dismiss these charges if you do 6 months of unsupervised probation. I said, sure, whatever, as long as I can go to Florida, fine. Right? They said, you're going to come back in July. We're going to wipe this off your record. Oh, my Lord. They done stole your... This is what they did last year. I'll get them. They said, we're going to wipe this off your clone. No, they can't clone you, girl. They not cloning no good people. That ain't no clone. That's an imposter. That's a damn lie. They only clone the bad apples around here. Shit. There's no way it's a clone. So they said, we'll put you on probation for 6 months. I said, as long as I can go back to Florida, that's fine. And they're going to dismiss the charges off my record. Let me just say that instead of them completely dismissing the case, which they should have after they saw the video and they saw that this was intentional and they knew that these girls had did this intentionally because of my channel, they should have dismissed that case off the gate. It was crazy. I didn't spit on anybody. As a matter of fact, that bitch spit on me. She was in my face talking and the spit was flying out of her fucking mouth. She did that several times. The irony, the fucking irony, you know? So it's just crazy. So then I'm on unsupervised probation in freaking Florida. Then I have a court date to get those charges dismissed. So I had to drive back from Florida. So I get here, I walk into court, and they tell me that my court date's been pushed off till this month. So I'm like, and I told the court reporter, I said, ma'am, I was on unsupervised. I didn't have a probation officer. I said, so I'm off unsupervised, correct? And she's like, yeah, you should be. Okay. It sounds nice, right? It sounds nice, right? Well, let me tell you something. This new charge with this little fucking kid could violate my probation and send me to prison. Both cases for something I didn't do. And you've witnessed it. If you've been here, you've witnessed it. So you think my big mouth equates to me doing 2 years in prison? There's some truly fucking evil people out here. Truly fucking evil people. This is crazy. So I had no choice but to hire a lawyer if you can't understand by the complexness of this situation. Now, what are the chances that a magistrate signed both of those warrants for frivolous charges? And what are the chances that this guy is working in behind the scenes to have me locked up for more shit that I didn't do? Because why would he keep signing these arrest warrants? Y'all, I really want to run up in there and have a serious talk with these motherfuckers. Hi. After this case is dismissed, I am. I'm going to take the paperwork and I'm going to be like, hi. Are you Strader? Strader, you had me arrested for crimes I didn't commit twice. Just thought I'd come down here and tell you that your actions have a direct impact to other people's lives. I might take a picture of my Chevrolet, throw it up on the window. Oh, this was my truck. Yeah. I lost that because you had me arrested for crimes I didn't commit. Now I'm living on the street, Strader. And I was saving up for a car. But you signed another warrant for another frivolous charge that I didn't commit. So I had to spend that money on a lawyer. I think you owe me some money, Strader. Hold up. Wait a minute. Now we're thinking. Can a magistrate be sued for signing frivolous warrants for wrongful arrest? Now we're thinking. They can't be sued. You can't sue them. Generally, a magistrate or judge cannot be sued for signing warrants, even if they're later deemed to be frivolous. And this is the justice system. This is how they have the good old boy system running. This is a law that protects them and does a disservice to us. This is due to the legal principle of absolute judicial immunity. Why are they getting fucking immunity? This is crazy. Oh my God, y'all. Like, I knew that they were the problem, but I knew that they were the problem. The government. Hold on. Judicial immunity is not absolute. A magistrate can be sued in rare cases when their actions fall outside of their protected jurisdiction functions. Let's think about this for a minute, because I'm reading this and there are special instances. It would be that he acted in clear absence of all jurisdiction. The immunity applies even if the judge acts in error or is in excess of their authority. However, it does not protect them if they act completely outside of the court's subject matter jurisdiction. So, for instance, some kid walks into the police station and they pull a video off of Breezy Briefs with Brooke and they say, this girl threatened me. The magistrate did not verify that that was sent to the victim, him. He didn't verify that that was sent to him. He just watched the video and took it as fucking word. When it comes to cyber stalking, the law states that it has to be a communication device. Let's say me and you, Becky, are arguing. Your hair looks great this morning, by the way. Let's say me and you are arguing. And I go down to the magistrate's office, and you have a YouTube channel, and you've said some crazy shit, controversial shit. And let's say that you said on live that if anyone ever tried to harm you, that you'd fuck them up, right? Because I say that all the time. You have every right to protect yourself. Do not let this government think that you are the problem when you are a female and you're not asking for it. You never are. if you said you were going to fuck somebody up if they ran up on you, then I take that video down to the magistrate and I say, oh, Becky's communicating threats to me. Becky said she was going to whoop my ass. My job as a magistrate is to see where that message come from. Because this is cyber stalking, he is supposed to verify where that message come from. He is supposed to be able to go into the phone, look in the email, look in the text messages, because that's the only two ways that it would be cyber stalking. You cannot take something from my channel and then go tell someone that I directed it towards you. Cyber stalking, the law states that it has to be through electronic telecommunication devices. So that would be me literally sending him a Snapchat video, an Instagram video, an email. That never happened. How would I do that when I did not know his fucking name, his address, none of that? So anyway, the reason I found out his name and address was through the warrant they served on me. It has the complainant's name. That's another thing. When I called the cops on the 17th for 3 times, they could have gave me his name, his address, and all of that information that you need to get a warrant for stalking. They did not do that. They dicked me around. And then they pulled him over for stalking me multiple times in the same day, and that he could have been arrested, and they didn't do that. And what happened? I now have a charge for cyber stalking for something I didn't do again. Do you understand? And let me put the icing on the cake, baby. And he's still stalking me. Let me go get those reports. I want to read them to y'all. Hold on one second. Let me ask you something. If you were like, like my best friend or whatever, see, I was trying to make breakfast and I can't even do that because people want to be in my freaking face. I got the paperwork. Wouldn't you want to deal with people when they want to deal with you so that you get the best possible outcome? Would you not want to deal with people when they want to deal with you so that they are in a good mood and y'all have the best possible outcome? I'm out of breath. I just grabbed whatever I could grab. Okay. I don't understand it. So this is the magistrate from where I went down to the magistrate 3 times trying to get this warrant taken out on him, and they wouldn't do it. And he's still stalking me. The last incident report that I have is from the 24th. It was at 11 o'clock at night, and hold on one second. This was the first one. Remember when we went out for that 25-mile cycle ride at night, and I took you guys with me, and he showed up in the purple Subaru, and I called the cops? Well, I called the cops again on the 24th. So there's 2 incident reports from the 24th of him stalking me. And it says right here, crime, stalking. He should have been arrested on this night. This was after the 17th. Hold on. This started on the 17th. This is just 2 of the many reports that I have. This is the first and the last that I filed. I didn't get in everything in between because this is what I needed for my attorney. When was my warrant filed? In between in between. And you know, it's crazy because he said that I cyber stalked him on the 17th. That was the first day he was riding around town stalking me. The cops made 2 or 3 reports in that one day for this same kid. I think the biggest thing that sticks out to me is how magistrates and police officers have no communication. That's a problem. That's a huge problem. Officers are the ones that should be relaying to magistrates whether or not they should be signing these warrants. It's crazy. And not in all cases, but I'm talking about my case specifically. I've filed 5 or 6 reports on the same kid in less than a week, and y'all allow this kid to take out a frivolous, lying-ass warrant on me? And he was stalking me? And he didn't stop stalking me even after he had me charged? If he's scared of me, if I was threatening his pussy-ass life, then why is he still out in the streets on the 24th? Here, I'll show you. He said that the incident took place on the set. Here, let me turn this around. I just got to make my point because I don't think people understand. He said that the incident took place on the 17th, right? Stalking me on the 24th. Hold on one second. Where's the date? Oh, there it is. Why was he still stalking me on the 24th? What are you talking about? I'm not the one in trouble, honey. These charges are all getting dismissed. Oh, so for those that I didn't say, yes, all these charges are getting dismissed. Like, what are you talking about, baby? They already are. They already are. So, yeah, this is crazy. So when I go to court this week, this charge will be dismissed. And then my probation will finally be dissipated the day after that, thank God. And all of this will be behind me until I start making content with it. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. You want to know how society treats good people? You're watching it. Their feelings are more important than my freedom. Let me tell you. What a crazy world. Where's my babe? Seriously. Can you believe this shit? Yogurt. I want to make more protein. Unbelievable. And you know, it's crazy because at any point, those responding officers, as they're at the courthouse, they could drop in and say, hey, you know, you accidentally arrested the wrong. They never do that. You'll never get a fucking apology. You'll never hear, oh my God, we fucked up. Like, no. They see me, they ride by me on the streets. And they know that they're the reason that I lost my fucking truck. And they just ride by like it ain't shit. Trying to push me on to a different city so I'm a different city's problem. Absolutely not. You're going to have to see my fucking face every day. You crooked ass motherfuckers. I ain't going nowhere. I've been here for 20 years. I might buy property here. I might open a business here. Fuck, I might buy the whole goddamn city one day. Crooked ass sons of bitches. Got me spilling yogurt in my floor and shit. Not on the $12 Dollar General mat. Can you get that off my finger? Shit's crazy. Damn heater's getting on my nerves, y'all. Let's do Premier Protein. You want to? Okay. Yeah, I had this plan to get up and go cycle, but, you know, that's all changed now. That's another thing that people don't talk about, too, when it comes to, like, ADHD and trauma. If you have ADHD and then trauma, and then you're triggered, your ADHD is thrown off for, like, days. They're literally closely linked. So I was making me a nice breakfast, but now I'm just going to have stale toast and cold eggs. The spinach is still in the pan. I'm really not even hungry now. The stress. He loves it. He's sitting there. He's like, yeah, I upset her again. She can't even eat. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to do, y'all. I gotta get the fuck out of here. Definitely can't stay here. Not with this shit going on. I can't even go make me food. You know? It's intentional. If anybody's ever been around a narcissist, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, you know. It's absolutely intentional. Damn it. I got yogurt on my bag. Why does this yogurt get everywhere? Yeah, I was in a great mood. I woke up. I slept like 6 hours. I said, let me go make breakfast. I'm going to wait for it to warm up about 8, 9 o'clock, and then I'm going to get on my bike and take off for the day. Well, that's not happening now. I guess I'll spend another day spiraling. Yay! We can try again tomorrow. Maybe he'll stay out of my face. Like, I don't get it. Like, you know, I mean, I do. He's a narcissist. I do. I get it now. I get it. What am I supposed to do? Not eat? Well, that's what I'm doing. Maybe that'll hold me over for a little while. Well, it was a nice thought. If he can stay out of my face long enough, I might be able to eat lunch. But it's going to take me 4 or 5 hours for my nervous system to calm down. I'm still sweating. So, this is what trauma victims go through. And this is what for so long I've felt like this, and I covered it up with drugs, not knowing what it was. What it is it's unnatural. It's unnatural. This is not what God would want for me. That's why it makes me sick, physically sick. It's not natural. You know, we're at a point in society where people don't even know what's normal, what's not, what's right, what's wrong. Listen, if it ain't coming out of the Bible, it's probably wrong. It's probably Satan. God is very specific in his word, how he wants you to treat yourself and your body and treat others. You know, it's only because of propaganda that people are so confused about the way they should treat others and themselves. God is very clear. Man, somebody was telling me that they went to church and it was like this liberal fucking female preacher in the church. Here in this town. 2,000 people. This is like the quietest little sleepy mountainy town. And here in this town, there's a female preacher that's a leftist preacher. And ironically, the parish is like mostly women, ironically. But yeah, interesting. You know, like the bitches at the bank, or the bitches at the food line, or the bitches at the Walmart. I think more people knew about my channel than I realized. I think I kind of live under a rock. Like, I'm not looking for... You know why? Because it makes me uncomfortable. It's weird. It's not weird to meet you guys. Like, I've ran into a bunch of y'all, and thank y'all to everybody that's been so nice to me that I actually meet. But, like, I guess what's strange is, like, when you meet somebody, you know that they kind of know you a little bit because they've watched your content. So you're kind of taken aback that somebody would be interested in your life blowing up. That part. I'm like, oh, you watch my dumpster fire of a life every day. Okay. It's kind of weird, you know? It's like, oh, wow, they know about me. Okay. But it's always nice to meet people that are like, hey, Brooke, or, you know, it's like, hey, it's like, it is nice. But sometimes I'm taken aback. I'm like, oh, wow. That's funny. Is it crazy that I'm shocked that someone watches me when I can see the numbers? You know what I mean? Like, when you meet somebody in public, you're not really thinking about the fact that people watch your channel. And then when they say, oh, I watch your channel, you're like, whoa, okay. And it's kind of weird to, like, I don't know how to put it into words. I guess I'm taken aback, but, like, I know my numbers, so I don't know why I should be shocked. I guess I should just be shocked that we live in the same town, or we live close together, or we ran into each other. I've ran into random people in, like, Florida at gas stations. They're like, hey, Brooke, remember that one lady we walked in that morning? That was the first time anybody ever said anything. We walk into a gas station, and this lady is like, she's like, oh, I'll get it for you, Brooke. And I said, how's this lady know my name? I was like, what is going on right now? And I was like, you guys, she just called me by my name. I was like, she must have seen my channel. I was so happy. It was cute. It was cute. She was so nice. She's like, sure, I'll give it. Or I don't know if I was getting gas or getting vapes, but she said something, and then she said Brooke. And looking at my shirt for a name tag, you know, like, it was cute. Yeah, it is kind of weird sometimes, though. But what I was saying is I think people was watching my shit, and it's like a lot of my haters. I think that like one or two people in this town probably found my channel, and then they started passing it off to other people. You know what I mean? And I don't give a fuck. Like, it just proves my fucking point. It just proves my fucking point. That people are more concerned about what I'm doing than their own shitty ass selves. And that they interject themselves into my life with the intention of trying to disrupt my life because they're not happy with themselves. It proves my point that people are miserable sacks of shit. Like, you got a job, you got children, you got family, you got all this going on, but you're worried about what I'm doing? I'm homeless. It just proves my point. These people are crazy around here, y'all. Not screwed right. Hell, I mean, honestly, the cops seem more damn normal around here than most of the civilians. Which is definitely a mind fuck. But, because I'm used to them, you know, locking me up for crimes I didn't commit. So, it's crazy. More often than not, the interactions I have with the cops are better than when I have with the citizens around here. I guess it's different everywhere you go, because y'all know Florida was the same way. They got some nice cops down there. Jacksonville, I mean, they did kill an inmate. Listen, I do think that they have a propensity to discriminate. Something's going on down there. They killed some, and actually he was white, the guy that they killed. I'm thinking of Robert Brooks out of New York. But, Charles Fagart. Yeah, he was an inmate that died in custody a few months back when we were in Florida. Listen, the cops have always been nice to me, though. I ain't never been in jail in no other state. You know, it's ironic, because I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they was like, they named off 3 counties that they never live in. I think she said Wake. It might not have been Wake. Randolph, Rockingham, and Alamance County. This person is a legal assistant. Wouldn't you know it? All of my crimes I got in 2 of those counties, Alamance and Rockingham, all of the false charges came out of Rockingham, though. What are the chances? Craziness. Fucking Sam Page, piece of shit. Crooked ass motherfuckers. You know they're perverts, right? And you know that restaurant facilitates their perversion, right? If you don't know, I used to work at a restaurant in this county, Rockingham, and it was a brothel. So listen, cops ate for free. Cops were in there all the time. You got the sheriff's department coming into a brothel that's a restaurant. I'm going to shut up before I go back to jail for more crimes I didn't commit. Because this is why I went to jail for crimes I didn't commit the first time. Remember? I sued the Carpinos, and 2 days later, I was in handcuffs. The Carpinos own the restaurant. They're best friends with Reese Pirtle, who is in the NC House of Representatives. I'm going to shut up now. Sometimes I can't help it. Oh, God, I can't help it. It goes so fucking deep. Y'all, it's crazy. They've been facilitating sex trafficking and prostitution for years. For years. That's just the way that it is, man. These motherfuckers are sick. And they do it under the guise of helping. Let me tell you something. Every sex worker I know right now is either dead, strung out on drugs, or incarcerated. How is that helping anyone? You know, and going back to that whole, prostitution's the oldest profession in the world. Bullshit, basket weaving was. And do you know how many lives it's affected? How many people it's hurt? I mean, do people not realize that prostitutes do not enjoy the act? It's a means to an end to survive. Like, it's crazy out here. It's crazy. And they just facilitate this stuff everywhere you go. Yeah, I know. My life is being monitored by like 300 people. Miserable. Thank you. Hey, Fairchild. Is that Tyron? I like that name. Tyron. I hope I'm saying it right. Probably. Hey, Joey. Oh, Joey's a troll. Damn. Y'all act like I'm out here spitting out legal stuff that I shouldn't be. You know, it's dumb people like that confuse the entire chat. That's why I block it. No doubt. So ass backwards. You know, victims of sex crimes are treated like this quite often, actually. It's very common. Very common. Stalking cases, this is so common. For the victim of a stalking case to be charged with stalking, so common. And that's because of the lack of communication between officers and magistrates. So nobody knows what's going on. The victim can file the police reports, but the magistrate is not aware that those reports were filed. Because when let me tell you, unless they wasn't doing their fucking job when I showed up, because I went over there 3 times and they dicked me around. We can't find no reports. We don't have his name. What's his address? So I go over there with his name. And they're like, oh, we need an address. So then I have to go to the police department the next day on a bicycle, go over there and get his address. Then I go back and they're like, we need his birthday. So they were literally dicking me around intentionally, in my opinion. In my opinion. Why not give me his date of birth, his birthday, and his name the day that he was caught stalking me 3 times in one day? He was pulled over twice in one day. By law, he should have been arrested on the fucking spot. It's crazy. And what happens? 2 days later, well, thank God I'm not in handcuffs. They didn't arrest me. But they served me with a warrant for stalking. Then 2 days after that, as I go on my bike ride at night at like 1:30 in the morning, he's out in the streets following me around. And I had to call the police again. All of this has been recorded. It's crazy. This is so common. This is so common. Is this my job? Is this where God's trying to lead me to? Because I would have no problem rolling up in the magistrate's office every day and ripping them a goddamn new one. It's ridiculous. Do they not think? No, they don't. What they do is they look at a criminal background and they say, she could have. And then they sign a warrant. That's it. That's policy and procedure. Oh, she's got a prior from 2009 for assault with a deadly weapon. There's no discernment. Let me tell you what I would have done as an adult of a case like this. I would have looked at his age and I would have looked at my age. I would have looked at him and I would have looked at me. And common sense would have told me who the fucking stalker was because I'd been trained on sex crimes. You know what magistrates are not trained on? Sex crimes. Yeah, they're not trained on anything apparently because the magistrate that signed my warrant twice has taken me to jail for 3 different crimes I didn't commit. It's crazy. Like, do they get trained? Hold on, let me find out. Do magistrates get job training on sex crimes? So it says, yes, magistrates receive job training that includes instructions on handling sexual assault cases. And this is what I'm saying. Stalking, more often than not, statistically speaking, is a sex crime. It's the infatuation and obsession over the victim. There is a physical attraction to the victim, and this turns into a voyeuristic crime through stalking, okay? This is a sex crime that is not on the books, that there is no legislation that states, oh, this is a sex crime, but it absolutely is, especially with social media. This is a crime that has taken place that we don't have laws to protect women or other people that are being stalked through social media. This is a cyber sex crime. Well, him physically stalking me is a sex crime. It's still stalking, but it's like sex stalking. They don't have it yet. That's the problem. The terminology, they don't have, the laws are not where they should be for the internet. It's like the internet surpassed us and the laws, we're not there yet. One day it will be viewed, stalking will be viewed as a sex crime, specifically when it comes to male on female crime, okay? Because this is an obsession and it stems from sexual interest. So it says that magistrates get case adjudication techniques to promote the fair adjudication of sex crimes, and I'm probably not saying that right. Y'all know I don't speak English. Trauma-informed justice, the effects of trauma on victims and the best practices for minimizing re-traumatification in the courtroom. Is this fucking for real right now? You had all of this training and you did the exact opposite and re-victimized the victim? Yeah, I would have to say that maybe they're just stupid. Neurobiology of trauma, the science behind how trauma affects memory and behavior and survivors of violence. You know, it's so funny because the last time I went to the magistrate, he tried to tell me that I was trying to take out this warrant on this kid for stalking because I was trying to retaliate. And what it was that kid was still stalking me on the 24th. Y'all saw that, right? Y'all were with me. All of this is recorded. Y'all went to the magistrate with me, blah, 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 blah. They tried to say that I was trying to retaliate against him, even though I had police reports that showed that he was still stalking me. So they won't even hear you out in the magistrate's office once you've been charged with a crime. They won't even hear you out. They stop. It's hard stop. I said, he's still stalking me. I'm homeless on the street. He has access to me. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. They said that I was doing this out of retaliation, even though I had police reports that completely contradict the fact that I'm the stalker. And this man had all of that training and he didn't. And you know, it's crazy because we got in an argument. We sure did. What's new? Don't lie to my face and don't not do your fucking job. You know, because it's crazy because I couldn't find a job for like 5 years. So it really bothers me to run into people in positions of power that don't take the initiative to do the right fucking thing. So he kept saying, oh, you're doing this out of retaliation. We had words. I was like, sir, you're not listening. I'm the victim of a crime. He's like, just get out. Just get out. Yeah, that was the last time I went to the magistrate trying to handle this situation. It's crazy. Crazy. I have reason to believe that tattooed fucker that I talked to that night is in fact Strader, the one that signed both of these warrants for frivolous charges. The irony. Then I'm like, well, is this some kind of fucking personal vendetta? I don't know. I'll never have the answer to that. Well, maybe one day somebody wants to come forward and start talking. You know, like a friend of his or a coworker. I have an email at the top of my page. Anything you can tell me, I would never disclose. Absolutely not. I never disclose my sources. It's just crazy. It really feels crazy, the whole situation. So, yay. Yay. They don't care at all. I agree, Lady Coates. I think they do it intentionally. I think they're trying to drive me fucking insane. I think that even people in the sheriff's department are jealous of my fucking platform. I think most people that find out I have a channel feel some type of way about it. How disturbing. I wasn't ready. I had no clue. I really did not know that simply having a channel and speaking your story about all the bad things that happened to you, I did not know that would make people hate you. I did not know doing the right things would make people want to come after you and kill you. I've had my tires stabbed out. I've been arrested for crimes I didn't commit. I've had to spend money to fix those situations. I've lost my job. I had to drop out of school. All of this because of the internet, because of other people out here in society. And I will never quit. I'm never going to quit. I will record till I die. Do you hear me? This is a lifelong decision. I'm 10 toes down. Have been for two years, you know? And it's not 2 years. I think October is when I got monetized, and that was 9 months after I started the channel. In October, it'll be a year. So it's like, it's been like 21 months in October. So it hasn't been quite 2 years since I started Breezy Breeze with Brooke. But still, it's been an adventure. Every single day it's been insane. I regret that I didn't pick up a camera sooner. That's my biggest regret. Because I would have started healing sooner. And I would be so much farther than where I'm at right now, you know? So I just regret that I didn't pick up a camera sooner. I will say that filming yourself all the time and being on camera all the time, it makes people feel some type of way. And especially when you're like out in public filming, people are just shying away from the cameras. Like, I don't put people on camera. Y'all know how I do. I show myself to show respect for other people because I know how they act. They're ashamed of themselves. That's why they shy away from the camera. That's shame. That's guilt. That's why people shy away. They're ashamed of who they are, what they look like. And, you know, a lot of people look at the couple that was just busted cheating on their spouses at the baseball game. Was that baseball? It was some kind of game. It was the CEO of a company and that the head of HR. The head of HR and the CEO of a company were busted at a baseball game cheating on each other. And you notice when the camera pans over to them, he literally ducks down, ducks down so you can't see him, and then the female like turns around and covers her face. That's why people shy away from the camera. That's a perfect example. They knew what they were doing was wrong. They knew that they were busted. They were ashamed of their behavior. They were scared they were going to get busted and it was going to be broadcasted, and it was, and rightfully so. What horrible people. People act like that in society when I have my camera. I'm starting to realize they're not even on camera. I'm on camera. And people feel uncomfortable with me filming myself on camera. And I'm starting to realize that that's a red flag for the bad apples of society. Anybody that says, oh, can you stop filming yourself? No. What are you about to do to me? Absolutely not. Hell, I'm about to cut on 2 or 3 more cameras. I'm starting to realize that it's the shame and guilt within them. The fact that they're dissatisfied with themselves. that makes them act some type of way because I have a camera. It's like people are scared that their dirt and their secrets are going to be displayed for the world, even though I'm filming myself. It's like, damn, you really that bad of a person, huh? That's what I mean about, like, I'm starting to see the red flags. Anytime somebody tells you to stop filming yourself or stop expressing yourself or stop talking, that's a them problem, not a you problem. You have the right to speech. You have the right to film yourself, even in public. We're under surveillance all the time. That Walmart has 30 cameras in it, but that manager felt like I had to cut my camera off. Do you want to go cut your 30 cameras off? Because I'll cut my camera off if you're going to cut yours off. It's absolutely preposterous. Really, though, when people are shying away from the camera, it shows me that they're not good people. Why don't you want to be on camera? What you got going on? What you been doing dirty? What you hiding from? Your wife don't even know you're over here, does she? Your man don't know you over here with this man, does he? It's crazy. How about we just all be good people and we won't have to shy away from the camera? Why are people so scared of the dirt they've done? We all make mistakes. It's because they keep making the same mistakes over because they're living in insanity. That's why. They run away from it. They're like, gotta get away from this girl. She gonna tell all my secrets. Yeah, they do. They act some type of way over the damn camera. Everybody does. It's like, man, why don't you just focus on not being a shitty person and not treat me like shit and I won't have anything to say? You want me to shut up about the dirt you've done to me and I want you to treat me like I treat you. Jesus. It ain't hard, man. It ain't hard. Hello, April. Rebecca, good morning. Yeah, so the other lawyer that I talked to yesterday, he said that these are suable offenses, so I can sue that Dylan kid for bond, all that money back. So I guess when I go over there, I'm going to go ahead and file the paperwork for that, and I'm not going to procrastinate since I'll be in the same building. I have his address, all of that stuff. So I don't know what the limit is for civil. I think it's $5,000, ain't it? I think it's $5,000. You know, this has impacted my life in such a way it's cost me thousands of dollars because I've had to be here instead of in the city, and that's costing me money. You know, it's crazy. Let's see here. What is North Carolina's highest civil suit amount? What is the limit, though? No. What is the limit in North Carolina on civil suits? It's 5. For small claims, 5. Or $10,000, depending on the county. What's the civil suit amount in Rockingham County, North Carolina? $10,000. You fucker. The maximum account that you can ask for in Rockingham County is for $10,000 or less. The civil suit can be bought. I already know how to do it. I've already done it several times. So, listen. 2 birds with 1 stone. This is crazy. Driving me crazy again. Well, that's good. 10 grand. Oh, I need to plug my phone up. Let's get our lives together. Let's go cycle. The protein's hitting me. I wish I could eat those eggs, honestly. I have my sleeping bag out. I'm going to shove it. I need to clean up. So before we go anywhere, I got to clean up the house because I just got shit. I mean, there's literal stuff all over the floor, y'all. And it's still cold out there, so that's the main thing that I got to prepare for is, like, the weather. And I was trying to get it to warm up before I started. These ain't even supposed to be over here. I came in last night, and I was so disheveled from being everywhere and being in town that I forgot to, shit. I haven't cleaned, okay? I forgot to clean. Because everything was crazy yesterday. I don't know if you'll work over here, but I need you to. Trail mix, it's what's for breakfast. Court paper. Y'all, I really need a camera up there and a camera up there. I got some more True Labs. I'm actually going to put one of these in my bottle with some water. This is the Hydro sugar-free. It's got vitamin B's. That's what I need. This vape. I gotta stop today. Electrolytes, vitamins, and minerals. Hydrate. I'll put that in my drink. Peach. Peach mango. Well, I started using that basket as a trash can. Because I couldn't find nowhere else. Damn it. That's why I don't like those clothes there. I don't like them there at all. It just takes up too much space and it closes up the space too. Had a migraine from hell. That's what happened. The stress, man. Damn it, Bobby. I like to just kill me. I'm plugging up my vapes. Magnesium. I don't even know how many I took last night, honestly. I was thinking about that. I mean, it doesn't matter now, but I don't know if I took my 2 magnesium last night. Yeah, you can't taste the mango. You really taste the peach. I don't really taste the mango in it, surprisingly. I just grabbed it because I was in Walmart getting that new blender bottle. I didn't even use this. I'm going to save this with my makeup bag for the next time I do my makeup. Because it's still clean. What the helly? What the helly? What the helly? Is this my trash pocket? I guess so. I need that bag. So when I'm on my cycle ride, if I have to go squat a pop, if I have to go pop a squat, then I got baby wipes. Y'all, my Dell computer is going to get ruined over there in storage. Do you think that... See, it's shit like that that stresses me out. Like, I need that for school. That was a investment for me. And now it's just sitting in a damn storage building that's not even climate controlled. Is it going to get ruined? I don't know. So exciting. Ugh. What the hell? Y'all, I rolled up downtown yesterday to damn pay for parking or whatever. And how about it doesn't take quarters anymore? I told y'all it ain't a free country. Then my ride is like, oh, I'm going to go around the block. Surely there's parking spaces over here. Because there used to be like a parking lot in behind this building, this business building. No, you got to pay for parking there too. It's not a free country anymore, folks. You can't go out to Wilmington and drive on the north end and enjoy yourself for free. You got to pay $50. Crazy. I remember back in my time, I used to take day trips down there and stay out on the beach overnight. Make a fire, pitch a tent. Not anymore. Free country is... all the freedom's gone. All the freedom's gone. Oh, God. You can't even damn... I mean, you got to damn take out a second mortgage just to find parking around the cities here, you know? It's crazy. It's like, damn. Let me check my bank account and make sure I got $200 before I even leave the house so I can just damn go get paper towels and pay for parking. Oh, what the hell? What the helly? What the helly? Oh my God, y'all. So I've been... oh, that one ain't even got a top. So they don't take up a lot of room. I just squish them up. I'm going to take this back in there. Oh, my nose is running. What the helly? Y'all seen that Kentucky cheerleader that done murdered her baby? Let me tell you something. Who the daddy? Who you think the daddy is? I think it's the tall, dark-headed guy. I don't think it's the white guy that she done the maternity pictures with. I think it's the other guy. Because they said, sorry, I am your mama. Just coming to my TED Talk with my tissue hanging out my nose. Hey, at least I'm not Dumb and Dumber in it today. So the Kentucky girl, there was this cheerleader in Kentucky. They found a baby's body in the closets. It's horrific. A few key points here that we need to talk about, because I've been talking about this case since she killed her baby. In her statement to law enforcement, she said that the baby whimpered. In my opinion, that baby was alive. She said that the baby was blue. She said that so this girl is 21 years old. She's out of Kentucky, goes to the University of Kentucky. She was talking to two guys at the same time, allegedly. Both very attractive young boys. One of them was a basketball player, I think, or a football player. The other one was in the sports and went to Kentucky with her. She comes from a very privileged family. It's being alleged that she was a high school bully, that she was a mean girl. What would have gave you that impression? So they found a body in a closet, and it was a baby's body. The baby was wrapped in a towel. He was a little over 5.5 pounds. So this was a full-term baby. We have videos of her pregnant at cheer practice. So she cannot say that she didn't know she was pregnant, because we can see physically that she is pregnant as she is up in the air, hoisting up other cheerleaders. It's crazy. It reminds me of that other girl that gave birth in the hospital and then trying to stuff the baby in the trash can. Remember? Alexis. Shit, she was a pregnant cheerleader too. So if somebody remembers her name, please drop it in the comments so I can know. But there was another girl that did the same shit, and she actually tried to kill her baby in the hospital. They have her on surveillance giving birth in the hospital in a bathroom and then discarding the child in the trash. So anyways, this new girl, Lakin is her name, and she's 21 years old. She gave birth. She said in her statement to investigators, she said that the baby was blue, but the baby was whimpering. Well, that means that the baby was breathing. So that means that the baby was alive until, allegedly, she wrapped it in a towel and shoved it in a trash bag and discarded it like trash in a closet. That baby was found dead. She was arrested. They did a DNA test. They're waiting on the results for that. They might have already dropped that this morning. Let me see. So something that I found interesting was, like, she literally had it all. She had a loving family. She comes from money. Y'all, I need to brush my hair. I look like shit this morning. She come from a loving family. She literally had the dream college experience. She's off doing, I mean, I don't know about you, fam, but I was never a cheerleader. Do you know how expensive that sport is? Just the outfits are going to run you hundreds of dollars. So, you know, my parents would have been like, hell no. You got a job, you got cheerleading money. You know? So I don't think that people who don't play these sports or understand like cheer, I don't think that the general public understands how that is a prestigious sport that is expensive, And, it's expensive. She literally was living the college dream. She was dating these two different guys, talking to two different guys. She was back and forth, allegedly, between them. Let's find their names. It looks a little better. I slept hard, y'all. I slept so hard. I was like, I think I even woke up during the night and I was like half hanging off the mattress, like one of my legs. I was like, Lord, let me get back up on here. Like, I'm sleeping hard. Where's that other girl? Hey, Destiny, thank you so much. Good morning. Who was that one girl, y'all? It's so sad because this is 2025. There's not much social stigma that becomes behind. Sure, it's hard to be a single mom. You're going to face a little bit of criticism, and it's not like it was in the 1950s, though. They're not going to send your ass off to a home for unwed mothers and then jerk your child out of your womb, and then you never see your child again. We have programs and services readily available where she could have abandoned this baby. There's fire departments, there's hospitals. She could have just drove this baby over there, put him in a box, and nobody would have ever asked her questions. They have a no ask, we're not telling policy. There was no reason to discard that baby like she did. But the fact that she admits that that baby was whimpering tells me that the baby was in fact alive. In my opinion, I'm not a coroner. I'm not a coroner. But they're doing an autopsy. Let me see. Let me see if I can find her. This is so crazy. Hold on. Kentucky cheerleader pregnant pictures while cheering. I'll let you be the judge. To any woman that's ever had children, you can recognize that is a massive baby bump that she's trying to conceal. There is video of this on YouTube. You can actually see her up in the air with her pregnant belly. And it reminds me of that. Let me find that other girl. Hold on. Alexis, cheerleader, killed baby, gave birth in hospital. Let's see if I can find it. This girl. Y'all remember this girl? Last year, she was pregnant. She went to the hospital with her mom. She gave birth in the hospital bathroom and then discarded the baby in the trash can. And you want to know the most horrific part? Some poor little old Hispanic woman that was cleaning the bathroom goes up in there and finds that baby in a trash bag and likes to have a heart attack almost. You know how many times she's damn been cleaning that hospital? Probably thousands of times she's cleaned that bathroom. The last thing she would ever expect is to find a dead body of a baby in a trash bin. What she said was, her statement to investigators was, the maid, the janitor of the hospital, this sweet little old lady, she said she went to pull the trash bag. You know, there's like 33-gallon trash cans. She said she went to pull the trash bag out and she could feel the weight of something in there that was unnatural, and it was not paper, and it could not be toilet paper or tampons. It was so heavy she could tell that something was in there. And so she opened the bag, and it was this woman's baby, this child's baby. Let me just be very clear. This girl, I do believe, was 18. Let me find her name. Alexi Traverso. Oh, she was sentenced 3 days ago. Let's see what happened, because I reported on this case when this case happened. It was very disturbing to me. It was very disturbing to me how she gave birth in a hospital and then tried to discard this child in the hospital. I mean, it's just... So she was charged with first-degree murder on allegations of tossing her newborn into a hospital trash can after giving birth in New Mexico. Artesia? Is that how you say that? Skylar Richardson's pissed me off. I don't even want to talk about her because I might hunt that little heifer down. I'm joking. Joking! God, you can't even joke anymore. Skylar Richardson's one of the worst. You know, she got acquitted. Yeah, she got off with murder. And not only did she know she was pregnant, but she actually burnt her baby and shit. It wasn't an attempt to conceal the fact that she had gave birth, but they found the baby buried in her backyard. They could tell that she tried to set the baby on fire in an attempt to conceal the baby's birth. And then she buried it when that didn't work. They have evidence and proof of this, and they acquitted her. They absolutely did. Thank you, Careless Whispers. It makes me angry. So we have real child abusers out here killing babies. Nobody blinks an eye. We'll just acquit them. She's a young girl. She made a mistake. Well, I didn't even abuse my child, and I was marked for something I didn't even do. It's just crazy. Real child abusers get away with murder, and some of us get charged with shit we never even did. It's just the way that it goes. It's the court system. So exciting. Will you be acquitted, or are you going to spend your life in prison? So exciting. It's not. I'm being sarcastic. Oh, I am so sorry, Rebecca, about your losing your son, 5 months old. So she said she had 4 kids, and by the time she was 23, raised them all. And they were born like 13 months apart. Then my son was 40. I lost him when my only son, when you were 40, I'm confused. I get half of it. Sometimes it's hard for me to understand the messages, y'all. It's me, it's not you. So on Thursday, September 4th, the New Mexico Supreme Court held oral arguments to determine if suppressed evidence of discussions made between Alexi and her mother and medical staff could be used in her trial. So it looks like they're doing her trial now. She was 19 years old when she was arrested for the first-degree murder after investigators alleged she tossed her newborn into the trash can after giving birth in a bathroom of the hospital in New Mexico. And there is surveillance footage of this. You can see Alexis coming out of the bathroom, holding herself. You can tell that she's in discomfort. You can tell that she just gave birth in that bathroom, and that's where they would find the baby's body. It's really crazy. It makes me wonder where her frame of mind was, because you're in a hospital where they're going to help you give birth, and you go off on your own to do it and try to get rid of the baby. And they knew that she was pregnant. They had done a urine analysis. I don't understand her frame of mind. You know what I mean? It's weird. Very weird. Do they know? I wonder. So it looks like she's still going to court. Oh, wow. Her lawyer then took out some frivolous suit against the hospital for wrongful death of the baby. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. How did the hospital kill the baby? Look. There it goes. So Alexi Trevizo's lawyer sues hospital for wrongful death of baby. So her attorney is trying to say that the hospital's negligence and the medications that they used are the reason that the baby died. I swear to God. Y'all remember this viral video of her mom there, and then like Alexis sitting there crying in the hospital bed when they said that she was pregnant, and she's like, there's no way. And then her mom's like, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? So what happened was Alexis was taken into the hospital with like some kind of pain, I do believe. They did a pregnancy test, and they come in and they tell Alexis and her mother that she's pregnant. And then fast forward, the girl goes to the bathroom and gives birth to the baby and stuffs it in a trash can. It's craziness. So yeah, labs came back with a positive pregnancy, but staff continued to administer the same medications. The medications didn't. Oh, so they're trying to say that the medications that they gave her at the hospital sent her into labor, inducing labor. What was it? What was the pill? What was the morphine? She was given, hold on, morphine, ketorolac. Hold on one second. Ketorolac. It's an anti-inflammatory. It's for pain. Okay, so there was multiple pain medications that they gave her at the hospital, and they're trying to say that the reason that she went into labor is because they gave her all this meds. I'm sorry. Let me ask you something. All my ex-drug users out there, when's the last time you ate some morphine and had to shit? Like, come on, man. Like, it wouldn't have sent her into labor, is my point. Like, quite the opposite. It should have knocked her out. She should have been incapacitated in the hospital bed with morphine and 2 other painkillers flowing through her system. I just don't, I mean, let me see. Let me see. Morphine and, hold on. What would it be? It'd be labor. Brooke, my brain, y'all. Does morphine induce labor? I ain't never heard of painkillers. I've heard the opposite, actually. No, morphine does not induce labor. Exactly. So, like, yeah, I think she was already in labor, Lady Coates. I think it was because she was in pain, if I'm not mistaken. She said she was having stomach problems, and that's when they come in and say, "Oh, well, you're pregnant. That's why." And yeah, if I'm not mistaken. No. Oh, the mother thought that the daughter was constipated. Yeah, she had a baby. She had a baby. So right here it says that there is no there, and they give morphine to people who are pregnant going through labor and stuff too. It does not induce labor. So this lawyer is, in my opinion, grasping at straws over here. Both of these drugs that I looked up, there's no evidence to support that they have made anyone go into labor. But it says that her attorney sued the hospital in a wrongful death suit, saying that the baby's death was the hospital's fault. This is the world we live in. This is the world we live in. You know, I don't see how they can just was trying to figure out what time she was looking at, but it doesn't tell me like how long she was going to be. She went in for back pain. Isn't that crazy? No, yeah, I bet so. That's crazy. Yeah, well, I wonder how long she'll get. They'll probably give her probation a few years. I would say max 5 years. Well, they're charging her with first-degree murder, but that's not going to stick. They have to prove intent. So, it'll probably get knocked down to like second. She'll serve a few years, get out on probation. In my opinion, we'll see. I'd be surprised if they give her any more than 7-8 years. Seriously. Yeah. That Kentucky cheerleader, though, I was looking for the boyfriend. So she apparently posted this. So this is the Kentucky cheerleader that just got arrested, Lakin, out of Kentucky. So she posted these maternity. Don't that look like a maternity picture? Does that not look like a maternity picture? They're like grabbing her stomach. They're looking at each other. Don't that look like a maternity picture? Don't they look all lovebird maternity up? Oh my God, our first child. It literally says a home birth surprise at the bottom. Wow. Look at that one. Look at that baby bump. But she didn't know she was pregnant. Yeah, I don't know who the daddy is. I think it's the dark-haired guy because the coroner reported that the infant that they found, it was a baby boy. He was a little over 5 pounds, 5 ounces, I think. He was perfectly formed, 10 healthy little toes and fingers and perfect eyes. They said that he had a head of dark hair. They said his hair, they said he even had little baby sideburns. His hair was so thick. So she was dating Kentucky Lakin baby killer's boyfriends. Sorry, I'm looking for the pictures of her men, okay? Because I think it's this one, guys. Not the one she took maternity pictures with. He's blonde-headed. She's blonde-headed. And her natural hair is sandy brown. So, that's her in court the other day. Jesus. She was in court for her first appearance. Where's her boyfriend? Kentucky. So this is the guy that she was, I think, exclusively dating. This is the guy that she was exclusively dating, the one that she did the maternity photos with. They went out to some field and she's laying on him and then they're holding her stomach. But this is the guy who I think was the baby daddy, honey, because look at her. Look at her. Okay, and they said that the newborn baby had very dark hair with even these weird sideburns. And as you can see, his shit's unruly. So I'm thinking that she knew that it was his baby and was lying to her regular boyfriend, and she discarded the baby, in my opinion. And we'll see what happens when, she goes to court. But in my opinion, she was passing that thing around like grandma's candy dish. Okay? So she's tied to both of them. The coroner's report matched the description of the guy that she would have been cheating with. I don't know, man. DNA test, let's see. DNA test results. Probably take a few days. It's 2 days ago. Hold on. So I just see where an ex-boyfriend, Isaiah Hall, gave DNA. Well, which one is he? Is that the ex-boyfriend with the curly hair? Lord, y'all. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people that can't have children, ain't it a shame? And then you got these damn high school and college girls throwing them away like they're trash. It really is sad. So many families would love to have a baby. So an ex-boyfriend of the University of Kentucky cheerleader Lincoln Sneely is tested his DNA. Sorry, I'm done. To determine whether he's the father of the newborn found dead in the closet last month. Isaiah Hall gave police a DNA sample too. Isaiah Hall gave police a DNA sample to determine whether it matches the baby boy his ex-sweetheart is accused of wrapping in a towel, stashing in a garbage bag, and hiding into her closet. Off-campus residence. That's another thing. This girl had her own off-campus residence. Do you know how expensive it would have been for her parents to pay for her tuition and secure her a home? So it looks like they took both of the boys' DNAs. You know, ain't it crazy how people that ain't even that cute be so full of themselves too? Like, if you see it, good for you, but I don't see it, babe. Okay? She's mid at best. Take all that makeup off, take them hair extensions out, the eyelashes, the nails, the lipstick, and then let's see. And I think you can see by her mugshot that I'm right, because like I said, she's mid at best. It's just crazy how this generation of upcoming people, because of social media, they have this inflated sense of ego, and they really intrinsically have nothing to back it up. And then, yeah, you know, this is a person who has based all of their identity on social media, you know, her worth laid in her views and clicks and numbers. So this is who they think is the baby daddy. This is who I think is the baby daddy. We'll see. And that's just because the coroner's report, they said that the baby had dark hair and little sideburns. And as you can see, he has dark hair and sideburns. Her boyfriend is blonde-headed boy. So I don't know. While it remains unclear who fathered the dead infant, Hall refused to confirm to the outlet whether or not he took a paternity test, and he did. So this guy, Jordan, with the dark hair, maybe not. This is Isaiah Hall, the other like really white guy with the blonde hair. He's Jordan. So he played basketball for King University, the university in Tennessee. And he was featured in a handful of posts on Lakin's cheerleader social media accounts the month before her arrest. It's unclear when they started dating, and Jordan appears to have deleted his social media accounts in the wake of his girlfriend's arrest. So that was the new boyfriend. Or is that a different guy? No, that's the new guy. That's the other guy. He just looks different in that picture. So that's Connor Jordan is his name. So it's Connor Jordan and Isaiah Hall. Those are the two guys. So she admitted that she covered up the birth and that she tossed the newborn in the trash or in the closet like trash. The autopsy has revealed that the infant's death was inconclusive. They cannot determine whether she murdered him, whether he took his first breaths, whether they can't, because the state of decomposition, they can't tell. Look. Ain't it crazy? Hold on, let me show you this. Guess what? The sheriff's department don't have no filters for you, boo. So if you get arrested, we're going to finally see what you really look like. You might have spent the last 20 years hiding behind filters on Snapchat. Don't get arrested. We don't know what you look like. Does that even look like... Look at this shit. Does that even look like this girl? The level of catfishing and lying. If you don't get out of here, it's not even the same person. Girl. It's crazy. So yeah, apparently she was a bully. She bullied all kinds of people in high school, middle school, even college. She would like get in these internet arguments and try to treat other women like crap. Apparently she was a notorious bully. I could have told you that from a mile away. I could have saw one picture and be like, yep, she's the problem. It's crazy. So funny. Y'all, I'm about to run. I guess I'm going to get ready for a cycle run. I didn't get to eat this morning, so I don't know how well I'm going to feel trying to do that. So I won't be able to do as long as I wanted to unless I can like calm down and then eat some food. But every time I have to see this face, it's like I'm being re-traumatized and brought back to a fucking place that I've already escaped from years ago. You know, it's like this person does not realize that they do not have power and control over my life anymore, and they keep trying to gain power and control over my life, and it's like they don't realize that there's this battle going on, that if they keep pushing me, all they're going to do is push me out of their fucking life. That's the reason I ran away from them 5-6 times in the past 20 years, is because they do not have boundaries. They do not respect. Stay away from people that don't have boundaries, people that don't have respect. Those are dangerous people. It is in your benefit to be around people that have your best interest at heart. And in order to do that, you got to stay away from losers. But, you know, if you're going to freeze and die out in the cold, you kind of have no choice. So, yeah. Anyways, we'll talk this afternoon. I'm going to try to calm down enough to eat and then maybe go on a cycle ride this afternoon. I don't know. I don't really trust being here. I don't want to leave my stuff here. That's another thing. I got to take my computer. I got to take all my phones because I can't leave nothing behind. So it just adds a whole nother layer of working out that is complex. So anyways, we'll talk in a little while. Y'all be safe. Pray for me. God knows I need it. And I'm praying for you guys. Bye, y'all.